it is almost impossible these days to cut through the clutter of shows, new shows. People don't want to invest their time, their emotions, their space, and every once in a while something happens that you don't expect, and it makes you feel good while you're feeling bad. Matty Matheson is here from a show that I have devoted so much of my time to. Season 1, Matty, I gave it to you. Prayed for 2, it came. Watched the entire thing, and I have been speaking about it to everyone who will listen to me, both on my show, Nothing Personal, here on the Dan Le Batard Show.
I can confirm. He's about the bear all day.
Every day. I want people to understand what it is, and when I saw your name on the list, I was ready to hear from you. At what point in Season 1, during the making of Season 1, did you say to yourself, you know what? This may be good.
Well, I thought we all thought it was good. I think we were all proud of it. I think doing something for the first time is scary. It going out into the world is pretty scary, to be honest. So like we all genuinely thought that we were just gonna like make it one and done, see you never. That was cool. And we thought it was gonna be more of like a cult kind of classic-y kind of vibe where people were like a couple years down the road would be like, yeah, remember that show, The Bear? That was kind of tight. So I think it was, when the response came and everyone just started kind of messing with it and loved it. And I don't know, it's a trip, to be honest.
It's interesting, Matty, because you're not a TV person by trade. You are a chef and a restaurateur. So basically, you working on this show is to add elements of realism to, what I can only assume TV writers have no idea what it's like to work in a restaurant, to open a restaurant, et cetera. What were some things that you had to get across to the TV folks? No, that's not how that happens. It happens like this.
Well, I think the general, I think restaurants or small businesses are very difficult. I think there's very low margins. Profitability is very, non-existent most of the time. And, the stress, restaurants in general, you're buying something that is getting worse the second you buy it. And then you need to cook it and then to give it to somebody in a perfect timing, and make sure that you cook to the best of your ability and make sure that they love it is like, it's just a stressful thing to begin with, and I think that everything is like, it's seconds. Everything is counting. Everything is coming against you. People coming in to your restaurant at the wrong time. People coming in early. People coming in late. People think that your soup is not hot enough. Your salad is too cold. I don't know. Like it is just like kind of a stressful thing where you're dealing with every single person has different, palates, your salt level. Every single thing is, you're trying to hit this bullseye on your food and what's best for everybody around you. And, trying to get a team to see your vision, to execute your vision every single day. It is very stressful.
Matty, Charlotte Wilder, longtime listener, first-time caller, big fan of the show. What would you say the stress levels of making a TV show and running a restaurant, how do those compare?
I think there's certainly pace and you're working like 12-hour days kind of, which are pretty regular. But the thing about it, TV, you have a lot of people, there's a lot of people around helping you, getting ready. And then we all kind of walk in and we're like superstars and we do our job, as the actors and all that kind of stuff. And the actors are working very hard in the background at all times too. But restaurants is like, it's sink or swim. Like, I think restaurants are very much like way more like theater, way more like that live play, that kind of stress and that kind of like, I have to perform. No matter what, you have to keep going as well. it is a I don't know, making TV. I don't know. It was really fun for me coming from restaurants. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and plenty of A-list stars in season 2, especially the penultimate episode, the Bizzatos. What was it like on set having to work with these A-listers?
It was cool. They were so sweet. Everyone came in, acted beautifully. Everyone was like, I don't know. I honestly, like, I think our set is genuine. Like, everyone's the homie. Everyone's down to, like, I don't know. We're friends. It really is sweet. And I think when they all came in, we were all nervous because, you know, like, one person can, like, offset the whole thing, you know? And everyone came in and everyone was so respectful and beautiful and prepared and, like, loved the pace that we did and loved, like, the way that we would rehearse, the way that we would go in. And we're fast. Like, it is, like, really one of those things where it's just like we come in, read the lines a couple times, and we start shooting and we do it, you know? And I think it's like, it's really jammy. It's really fun. It's like the pace is strong. And I think, you know, it was crazy. Like, I met Jamie Lee at the SAG Awards, and I walked up to her and I called even, like, Chris Dorr before. I was like, I'm in the same room as Jamie Lee and there's not really a lot of people in the room. I was like, can I go talk to her? And he was just like, and he was just like, yeah, go say what up. And I was just like, and I walked over and I was walking up to her and she's like, I know who the fuck you are.
Oh. Did you get her cell phone number?
Nah.
Do you have it now, though?
Don't give it to him.
Know.
He's just trying to get her number.
You know,
I'd like to call Jamie Lee Curtis.
I like how Matty said, I don't know. I don't know if I have her number.
I don't know. You know, we protect Jamie at all costs.
There you go. Attaboy.
So when people walk into the restaurant early or late, does that manifest itself with anything going on with the food that I need to know about?
Well, it just activates everything. There's a very quick butterfly effect of somebody showing up late, because everything is timed, right? Like, you are ready, you're coursed out. So if everyone shows up at one time, if 60 people sit down at once, if 13 people sit down at once, how can you get 13 dishes out at the same time? How can you do all those things? So it is like reservation systems and the way that restaurants work. It's like, it's all kind of supposed to be so everyone has a really nice experience from the jump. And so it's just like all of a sudden you get bottlenecked, or you get a couple people that show up, you get a party of 6 that shows up 20 minutes before they do. And then all of a sudden the hostess, whoever's at the door, then the servers, then the cooks, then the thing. And all of a sudden they're having a bad experience because of, like, or maybe not. It depends on, like, how much infrastructure you have in each restaurant. Each restaurant's very different. And I think it's like our job is just to make sure that people have, like, real hospitality, make sure that they feel comfortable. Maybe you can give them a little drink or something to make them feel cool and let them chill out for a couple minutes. But, like, honestly, like, I think people just think, like, everyone's like, it's not that hard. Like, they're just cooking. I'm like, you make dinner at night you don't even cook at home. You're here, fool. I don't know.
So you're saying that you never take it out on the customer?
Oh, come on now.
I'm just asking, because on
No,
TV,
I
if
don't.
someone's late to your set, there's consequences to that. You're staying on a production schedule. There's a budget.
Yeah, but they're not your client.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
like
they're
that's not,
working
like,
for you.
that's very different. Yeah, that's different. Like, I think, like, our teams, like, you know, I like everyone showing up 15 minutes before shift, dressed, ready to go, you know? And I think, like, that's how I was taught. And I've always kept that mentality that you show up early and, you know, it's you show up prepared. But the customer, that's a completely different story. It's just like, I can't control any of that. That's like, we're powerless over all of that. We're prepared for the best and the worst. I'm just saying that, like, it affects everything else, and it can affect your experience. Your experience can be worse or better. Like, who knows? Some people like feeling that kind of that extra love that you're going to get if you do show up early, or if you do show up late, you get a little champagne drip, or you get, like, something, or some people are like, come back in 15 minutes, bucko. I don't know. It all depends. Like, it really, it all depends on what you want those people to feel and what those systems are you have in place to make people feel good, or just be like, we're not ready for you. You come back when we've agreed for you to show up. We both have mutually agreed that you have a 7:15 reservation. So come back at 7:15. We will be ready for you.
Matty, how much is your character on The Bear like you? How much were you able to shape that? I mean, Fack is he's so funny, he's so wacky. Like, how much of you is that, and how much are you playing that up?
I don't know, because I don't know how to act. So I just like I think it's a combination of just my natural nervousness of being on set, matched with like trying to be I don't know. Fact's a really big people pleaser. Like I'm kind of a punching bag for Richie, but I'm trying to call him out on it. I'm trying to like impress Sydney. I love Carmi with all my heart, it seems. Like I want to, and I think it is one of those things where I personally, genuinely, I want everyone to be having a good time. I come from a family of like huggers and lovers. And I think it's like, we always had like an open door policy with, I got 2 brothers and a sister, and we had lots of friends growing up. And our house was always like a turnstile of just like, we always had 2 or 3 friends always over, and I think it's just like, I want everyone to be having a good time, good or bad. And I think it's like, Fack is like same thing. Also, I always think that like, where's Fack coming from if he's obsessed with the Brasato family and he loves them so much? It's like, is he coming from somewhere even worse? Or like, like, I don't even know sometimes. Like, I think about where he comes from, but like, I painted a lot of different pictures of like where Fack comes from. So it all depends. Like, I think it's, I don't know. Like, I definitely didn't think about it too much. I remember on this season, even Evan was just like, have you ever thought about like who Fack is? I was just like, I'm just trying to remember the words, dog. Like, I'm like,
Before we let you go, what is it going to take? What kind of budget is it going to take for a season 3? Because I know what it takes out of you to do this. What's it going to take?
well, I'll do it. I'm doing it for what I'm doing it for. I think it's like, it ain't about any of that. I think it's just about everyone working together and being stoked. And I think it's this, I'm just happy to be here. This is like a wild ride right now. And I think it's like a beautiful thing that we get to go make our thing. And people love it, and it's really a trip, to be honest. Like, it's to be able to make something and to work hard at something and truly actually be proud of it, and then get that reciprocal is a really powerful, beautiful thing. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm just glad to be here.
You've struck a nerve, and people are definitely rallying behind The Bear. Please check it out. FX The Bear is now streaming on Hulu. 2 seasons start now. Thank you, Matty.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
So authoritative. Start now.
Start now. Watch it.